How many times have we heard foreigners, both ordinary people and well-known figures, struggle to pronounce the word Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan and Albania.
To some extent, this is understandable. The word is foreign, the phonetics are unfamiliar, and it has as many as 4 syllables. But a mispronounced name can offend those for whom it means much more than just a geographical term. Salam alaikum, this is Fin, and today we'll talk about where the name Azerbaijan came from, how it has changed, what it means, why an entire country came to bear this name, and what kind of diplomatic conflict it caused. But first things first, gittik. Today, there are 2 administrative political entities called Azerbaijan: the Republic of Azerbaijan, an independent state subject of international law, and Iranian Azerbaijan, a region within Iran subordinate to Tehran. They are divided by the Aras River, to which we will return more than once. On both sides live the same people, mainly Shia Muslims speaking Azerbaijani in the north or Turkic language in the south, basically the same language. Radical politicians on both sides dream of unification, in reality of annexing the other part to themselves. While the borders of the states have long been established, disputes over the name Azerbaijan are still ongoing. The republic claims to be the successor of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic, while Iran, where 2 of the 4 provinces with a Turkic majority are called East and West Azerbaijan, jealously resists the monopolization of this name. And here, history is indispensable. There are many versions of the origin of the word Azerbaijan. The historically accepted version traces it back to Atropates, a satrap during the time of Alexander the Great. His province was called Atropaten, in Persian style Aturpatakan, Lord of Fire. After the Arab conquest of the 7th, 8th centuries, the name was transformed into Azerbaijan or Azerbaijan. The second form stuck. Importantly, the lands of today's Republic of Azerbaijan were not part of Atropates' domain. It proved difficult to divide one cultural historical community by a single river. At different times, the territory of present-day Azerbaijan was part of Parthia, the Sasanian Empire, and the Arab Caliphate. In the Middle Ages, the lands north of the Aras were called by the names of historical regions: Shirvan, Aran, Muhan, and later also Karabakh. Medieval historians disagreed. Yaqut al-Hamavi considered the northern lands part of Azerbaijan, while Mahmud al-Ghazvini limited it to the south. They argued because the territories of the 2 Azerbaijans sometimes belonged to the same provinces and sometimes didn't. From the 16th century, with the rise of the Turkic Safavid dynasty, the Turkic language and Shiite religious tradition became firmly established in the region. This was possible due to the several waves of august Turkic migration from Central Asia through both Azerbaijans, with some groups settling there centuries earlier. Despite belonging to different states, people on both sides of the Aras grew increasingly connected through culture, language, and faith.
Arazın o tayıda, bu tayıda. Mənim doğma el-obamdı.
After the annexation of the northern lands to the Russian Empire in 19th century, the name Azerbaijan disappeared from official documents. But in ethnographic maps, the inhabitants were labeled Azerbaijani Tatars. The main result was the formation of the Azerbaijani nation. First through cultural self-awareness, later through demands for political rights. By the end of the 19th century, Azerbaijanis increasingly saw themselves as one people. Language, literature, and the ties of the intelligentsia played a crucial role. Mehmed Amin Rasulzadeh, Jalil Mehmet Kuluzadeh, and others from Baku and Tabriz created common newspapers and journals, working on both sides of the border. After the 1917 revolution, the term Azerbaijan became firmly political. Rasulzadeh and Yusuf Beyli began speaking of the Caucasian Azerbaijan, in contrast to the Iranian one. The proclamation of the Azerbaijani Democratic Republic in 1918 provoked sharp dissatisfaction in Iran, which saw it as a claim on its own territories. The Shah's government refused to recognize the young republic's independence and even suggested changing its name. But the Republicans defended it, pointing to the shared culture, fire sanctuaries, and most importantly, one people on both sides of the Aras. Tabriz became the cultural capital of Azerbaijanis. In the Middle Ages, rulers fought for it. And in the 20th century, poets and musicians like Shahryar and Gabil Aliyev conquered it through art. The name Azerbaijan is not just a geographical term. It is the result of millennia of transformations, migrations, and interactions, from Atropates to the Safavids, from Tabriz to Baku. It unites people whom neither borders, nor wars, nor empires were able to divide. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave a comment and share with your friends. By the way, this video is also available in Russian, and remember, there is no good or bad culture. There is simply another culture. Salamat kalın.